To the southeastern hills of Richland County, we find ourselves at Lucas High School for Senior Day between the Lucas Lady Cubs and the Crestline Lady Bulldogs. Two teams looking to end their seasons off well before they find out where they get to play in the tournament tomorrow afternoon. Stay with us. We'll highlight all of the seniors honored earlier today for senior night. We'll also talk a little bit about Crestline, how they wrap up their season this year on the OH Report. It's all live and free right here on this Saturday afternoon.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again.
Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
T-shirts. Anybody want T-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It's time for your Pioneer pregame show here on the OH Report. Jonathan Langdon with you for a special day at Lucas High School as the girls honor their seniors. 3 of them for this Lucas girls squad are set to take on the Crestline Lady Bulldogs as they look for revenge in the conference in the final season in the MBC before they make their move to the Northern 10 next season. But Crestline, a team that's been circled on their schedule ever since they saw that they're going to be playing here at senior night, and it's going to be exciting to see how things play out here this afternoon. Team spotlight for the Lady Bulldogs. We'll talk about the visitors here first. They, as we said, beat Lucas earlier in the year. There's that score there, 38-30. And then, in fact, Crestline, that was such a good stretch for them. They won all 4 of the games that they have on under their belt this season in a 6-game stretch, all the way dating from the middle of December to the very beginning part of January. So they had a pretty good stretch. However, outside of that, they've struggled quite a bit. They're on a 6-game losing streak at the moment. That started with a loss to Genoa Christian, then Mansfield Christian, then they lost to Crestview by 30, Central Christian by 6. They had a game against Mount Gilead that was canceled, and then Ridgedale played, beat them 35-25, and then they recently played Hardin Northern, a team that's 14-6 and dancing towards the top of the standings in the NWCC. So there's some good competition for Crestline, but still, they're going to be looking to get back in the win column here against Lucas. And in the player spotlight for this Crestline Bulldogs squad is Jocelyn Noblit, who has starred, especially in that stretch we just talked about. Especially in that stretch that we just talked about with, my mistake, but we just talked about that stretch, 4 wins in 6 games. Jocelyn was so good in that stretch. So whenever she is playing well, this team tends to win games. 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 steals too. So Jocelyn is the player to watch out for, and you'll see her warming up out on the floor here for these Crestline Lady Bulldogs with about a minute and a half to go before tip-off. Let's go ahead and talk about your home Lucas Cubs. Of course, the seniors will highlight them throughout the broadcast today. Their final league game of the year, 3-0 in games this year when their defense comes out to play. So they're going to be looking to hold their opponent under 35. That's the magic number for these Lady Cubs that are standing right in front of me now as they're ready to huddle up and about set to go here for tip-off. And before we do send it away, player spotlight for today is Katie Griffey. One of those 3 seniors is a center, wears number 35 in white today. Leading scorer out of the Lady Cub senior class. Averages 8.6 points, just over 6 rebounds. So a very good presence on the interior that will be a threat for sure against a more undersized Crestline team as I'm looking over as they make their way over to the bench. So Katie could have a good chance today to really break out, potentially join us upstairs as your MVP if Lucas can come out on top here this afternoon. Senior day from Lucas. Tip-off also coming up momentarily. We'll step aside, take a break, come back with the rest of your pregame show on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
t-shirt?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
Time to wrap up your Pioneer Career and Technology Center pregame show here in the OH Report from Lucas High School as we take a look at both of these teams and their keys to victory before we tip things off here this afternoon for Senior Day. And for these Lucas Lady Cubs, we'll talk about the fact that they tend to thrive in low-scoring affairs, so if they can keep this one lower scoring, advantage Lucas right out of the gate. And then also inside-out threes, that'll be a great place for them to find themselves open. They've struggled from beyond the arc, but if they can get looks inside first and then start to move it to the outside, build some confidence with some early buckets inside, and then move on to the three-pointers later on in the game, and that could seal the deal for them later on. And then Crestline, keys to victory for them today. All eyes got to be on number 2 for Lucas. Of course, our player spotlight was 35, Katie Griffey for these Lady Cubs, but Riley Trumpauer leads this team in every statistical category, points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, you name it. She has been fantastic for this team, and she is just a sophomore. So Crestline's got to keep an eye on her, and then also move that ball around. If you're Crestline, you know that you can do a good job and do some damage when you pass around the rock. You've got some great scores, very balanced attack for this team, so you look to keep that going here today. And shout out Katie Griffey rounding out the starting lineup for Lucas as the seniors all getting the start here today for the Lady Cubs. Want to shout out your sponsors bringing you this live and free coverage here this afternoon. A shout out to Pioneer Career and Technology Center, also Ohio Valley Manufacturing, Pinhook Meats, also Central Star Home Health, First Federal Community Bank, Mechanics Bank, and Scout Construction LLC. Thanks so much for joining us here in the OH Report. Jonathan Langdon, Adam Thompson, your camera operator here today. Crestline taking on Lucas in a conference battle. In fact, it's the final conference battle for Lucas ever in the MBC. Tip is won by Crestline initially, but now scooped up by Trumpauer. She'll bring it up the floor. So Riley Trumpauer, 12 points per game, just under 10 rebounds a game. She was averaging a double-double when we saw them earlier this week before their game against Centerburg. That has dipped a little bit since those last 2 games. However, Trumpauer still a strong force as Crestline the other way gets us started with a bucket. So Amari Silverwood will score first, the junior for the Lady Bulldogs, as we see a high 3-2. So some zone pressure coming in for the Bulldogs out of the gates. Searing cross-court pass, mid-range jumper no good, ball tapped out. taken back in by Lucas, and that will draw a foul. So Griffey will head to the line, as it just seemed like there was some loose change that was picked up by the Cubs first. Katie Griffey will get the first 2 shots of the day, at the line at least. That one goes just out. Katie's played basketball 7 years, 4-year varsity letter winner, also lettered in volleyball and track. Goes 0 for 2 at the line, basically the same way off the rim. So still nothing here for the Lady Cubs early in the game, as Noblit drives in, draws a foul. And it looks like she's going to be going to the line here now. Trumpauer picks up the foul. Noblit, the lefty, at the line, knocks down the first. Lady Bulldogs won the first contest between these two sides earlier in the year. Mid-December, they won 38-30. Second shot in and out. So 1 for 4, both teams combined at the line here early in the game, as Griffey catches a long pass and one. Feeding the senior early and often. And Katie lays it home, has another chance at the line. Off the back iron, though, 0 for 3 from the line. Still has those 2 points, first ones of the day. And a double dribble the other side. So scored a bucket earlier, but Silverwood turns it over there. Trumpauer dances, stays up towards the top of the zone. Noblit amps up the pressure. Ball moves to the baseline. Dancing around that baseline, Trumpauer misses her first attempt, kicks it out. Griffey thought about a 3, steps in, back to Riley. Mid-range jumper is in. So the 2 star scorers for Lucas both score the first 2 baskets of the game for the Lady Cubs. Some triangle offense out of the Bulldogs there. Silverwood will set it back out to the top. This is Bailey Berry. Gives it back to Noblit. Noblit scans the floor, keeps it swinging. Silverwood again. And Noblit way out top. Takes a screen and deflected on that shot. Great defense by Morgan Trumpauer. First touch for Allison Arnold. All 3 seniors now have touched the ball for Lucas. As the ball enters the corner, Griffey in and out. Noblit pushes the tempo. Misses the layup, ran out of room on that tight angle shot. 3 fouls in the game called so far. Pretty quick move in first quarter. Morgan, her pass a little low for the intended target, so the Trumpauers could not connect. It's another turnover, as Noblit Euros inside, ran out of room again. Riley cross-court pass. Griffey couldn't hold it on, able to retreat and get it before it stepped out of bounds. Riley doubled at the top. You can tell the focus is on her every time she touches the ball. However, able to work her way inside, misses the shot. Morgan the rebound, and one. The second and one of the day for Lucas, this time by another senior, Morgan Trumpauer. Arnold to be the first one checked off. Allison heads to the bench. In for is Emma Brown, that's the junior. Second shot off to the right. Ooh, nearly a travel in the backcourt there by Crestline, but here they are across the timeline with it. Silverwood has had the ball in her hands a lot. Baseline drive does not go off glass. Griffey up the floor, now kicks it out. Deflected, ends up in the hands of Brown. An 8-0 run from the Lady Cubs. Also in the game, Shiloh Walter. Defends Silverwood again. Ball finds its way over to another guard for Crestline. Hill can't get it to go. Ball enters the corner. 3 up, 3 through. 11-0 run. Shiloh Walter knocks in the 3 and a timeout called by Coach Spears. A great start if you're Lucas here in this contest today. Let's show you all 5 of those buckets that have dropped here today for these Lucas Lady Cubs. Two and ones. They just hit a 3. Also some tough runners like that one you saw right there. Just seconds after Brown checked into the game. But all things looking up here on Senior Day for these Lady Cubs. After giving up the first 3 points, they've rattled off 11. Halfway through the first quarter. Long pass to get us in. Hill catches, keeps on running, trapped. This will be tapped out. Last off Lucas. But I will say, I was over in Centerburg earlier this week. It was a rough loss for the Lady Cubs, 71-18. But they have looked miles better in this one here today, as there's another foul, however. It'll be picked up on Brown. Team second for the Cubs. They also fell by 20 points to East Knox a couple days ago before this one. So went 0 for 2 against the KMAC. But they did win the first 2 games they played against teams in the KMAC, against Danville and Mount Gilead at the very beginning of the season. And they've also got 2 more KMAC teams on the schedule remaining. They'll play Cardington next, and then they play Loudonville to end the season. There's a foul the other way for Crestline. Kylie Kelly will inbound. One thing to note for this Crestline team that brings it up the floor, they only have 1 senior, and that is Corey Nachovsky, who I believe we have not seen hit the floor yet. So everybody playing is going to be back next year. Steal up ahead. Ooh, just out of reach for Griffey. Had a perfect angle at that at home. Give you a look at that. Great steal by Brown. Just maybe could have taken it herself. It was basically a 2-on-0. 3 minutes left in the first. But after a loss to these Lady Bulldogs earlier in the year, this is exactly what you were looking for if you're Lucas. Disrupting a lot of shots, and a lot of wild shots taken early in this first quarter. Some wild passes too. That one fortunately bounces back to the Bulldogs. All in the corner, Hill up with a 3. No good. Trumpauer can't get the board. Taken in by Crestline, and Belchick loses it out of bounds, still with the Bulldogs. Long possession for the Bulldogs. Resetting Belchick. Near side, Hill on the wing. Up with another 3, 0 for 2 in this possession. And Brown has the rebound. Brown up the floor, numbers for the Lady Cubs. Straight up shot, no good. Griffey the board, can't finish. Another effort and a foul one. Free throws coming for Grace Green. Grace got some great playing time earlier this week in both of those games that we mentioned against East Knox and Centerburg. Getting more opportunities as the season goes on. Makes the first one. Those are our first points in over 2.5 minutes. Remember, we went into that timeout. Crestline called at the halfway mark of this quarter. 11-3. Yeah, it's just 12-3. Could be 13-3 here. And that it is. 2 for 2 at the line. Great stroke there for Green. 2-minute mark left in the first. Hill around a double. Couldn't tell if that was a pass or a shot. Ends up turning into a pass. Out to Noblit for 3. Too long. Belchick tries to save it. Goes right to Brown. Brown trying to outpace the Bulldogs. Gets past one, into a double, lobs it over top. Great catch by Green. Zips over. Long 2 for Trumpauer. Is just that, long. And then Brown dribbled it out of bounds. A little bit chaotic there with that offensive possession, but the passes were nice. Just the shot not too great, and then Brown in a pickle turns it over. Well, last touch there by Crestline. Get you a look at this again. First set play we've seen in a while from either team. It'll get an open 3 up for Trumpauer. Sisters connect. Morgan knocks down the 3. It's a second 3 for Lucas today. What a start for the Lady Cubbies. Out of a double. Open is Kelly. Rattles in and out right there for the rebound, though. The Bulldogs win a foul. And 2 shots will come up for Silverwood. Amory misses the first. It's been rough going here for these Lady Bulldogs ever since breaking out to that 3-0 lead. You can kind of get the rest just looking at the scoreboard. Second shot in and out. They stay cold. All lobbed over the top. Morgan loses it. Silverwood a steal. Through 2 defenders. Cuts the floor over to the far side wing, and Hill has not been able to find her stroke from deep, as Griffey will tie this one up. Arrow towards Crestline, 41.2 on the clock. Baseline out of bounds. Kelly looking for someone to get open. Belchick in the corner, out to Hill. She's still trying to find that shot. Misses again. Belchick dives on the floor. Griffey can't get it. Silverwood now is knotted up in a foul. That'll be the 5th foul, so we're going to have free throws. Silverwood just went 0 for 2 at the line, looking for redemption here. First shot rattles home. Crestline brings in a new player for the first time, Bailey Berry. Silverwood's second is through. First 2 points for them since the 6.5-minute mark. Could wait for the final possession. However, this one will be blocked out of bounds. It'll just stay with the Cubs, so still the possession here. 16-5, 11-point lead for Lucas. 3-point barrages rained down. They've hit 2 threes. Riley takes it on the left wing. Dribbles to her right, loses her dribble, gives off to Griffey, triple teamed, 10 seconds left. Griffey faces the basket, stripped away. Hill the steal, other way, 5 seconds to go, she's got time. Hill drives in, too hard off the glass. Silverwood the follow, no foul call, and that will do it for the first. Cubs break out with a 16-0 run to help them take this lead as we head to the second. See Crestline's head coach chatting it up with the officials here for the start of quarter number 2 in MBC play. Lady Cubs will start with the basketball for Lucas. Thanks for joining us, Jonathan Langdon, Adam Thompson, your camera operator today on a jammed-packed Saturday afternoon of hoops. Offensive rebound for Lucas, extends the possession. Ball out to the corner. Shiloh Walter hit a 3 in the first. Can't get that one to go. Ball tipped out last off of Olivia Strassel, who could not haul in the save attempt by the Bulldogs. Crestline doing all the right things in the hustle department. It's just the ball's not finding its way through the hoop. They've missed a ton of threes in that first quarter. And you could say they haven't really turned it over either. It's just been a lot of missed shots. Well, there's one that drops. It's a long 2. Addison Hill. Schumpower able to catch that tough pass. Walter, nice bounce pass inside to Brown and one again. Cubs have excelled at finishing through contact here early in this game. There, and Brown finishes. Take a look at this again. That sneaks right to where it needed to be for Emma to catch and score it. Noblit out of space, lobs it to Hill. Hill sneaks through, rises up. Clean block out of Chelsea Sweet. Brown's feeling it, shoots a 3, way too long. And Bulldogs throw it away on the other side. Brown attacking again. Back to the top, Trumpauer swings it away, and here goes Strassel off to the left. Brown, rebound, no. And from behind, Sweet is bumped before she can get the board. Lucas, they've looked like world beaters here. Absolutely fantastic performance, especially from Emma as she heads to the bench. Strassel inbounds, the freshman, looking for an outlet. Griffey had it and then had it stripped last off of Katie. Two minutes gone in the second quarter, and a travel on Hill. Turnovers piling up for Crestline. I wanted to look at this again because I thought that was a backcourt violation, but justice ultimately was served. Riley chats away with Coach Grover, gives the play call now. Directs some traffic. They're trying to overload this 3-2 that they've had thrown at them this entire game. However, passes like that will not help. There's another travel. So turnovers traded between two sides here in these last few possessions. Riley will reset the Lucas offense again. Steps it back, thought about taking the three. Able to get the deflection back. Strassel stays patient in the offense, now dishes it to the corner. Whoa, that just rolls out. And a foul on the rebound. Take a look at the spin action on this as it touches the rim. That foul was on Crestline, so we're staying here again. So Kylie Kelly picks up her second foul. Oh, Crestline's coach is having some words with the officials. Honestly, couldn't really hear him, but it seems like he is getting frustrated over there. Two officials going to go talk to him about it. You saw at the very beginning of the quarter, we came out to this very shot. Crestline's coach was frustrated with some calls there in the first. It's building here into the later stages of the first half. Riley catches, does a circle. Her floater doesn't go. And there's another whistle, jump ball, arrow towards the Bulldogs. And it seems like they had to reconvene there to figure out if it actually was Crestline ball, because last time we did a jump ball, it was Crestline ball, but the reason it changed again was the change of quarter. So things are all good to go. Hill squares up, takes a bump on the side from Sweet. That'll be her foul, her first foul. Just the first foul for the Lady Cubs here in the quarter, so still in a good spot. 20-7, 5:03 to go here in the second. Noblit just takes away the ball from her teammate. Has it back on the left wing. Tries to hand it off. Walter can't get in the lane. Ball back to Hill. Hill through two. Cannot score it. Transition opportunity. Griffey ahead of the pack. Lays it in. Katie Griffey taking over the game. And this one taken away. How about this from Lucas? Riley Trumpauer, the easiest steal of her year, as it just fell out of the hands of the Bulldogs. Nearly another steal, and now it is. Trumpauer wins it on the loose ball foul. Turnovers have been plaguing the Bulldogs here on the road today. Coach Grover loving what she's seeing. Also, Strassel comes off to the bench, makes way for Morgan Trumpauer to return to the game. I believe Morgan's got 5 points today. Riley finds Griffey. Elbow shot, just short. But look who's there for the rebound. Kenley Brenner swings it out. Griffey tries again, short. Trumpauer another rebound. And ultimately pried away by 3 Crestline Bulldogs. Noblit takes the catch in stride, and she is blocked. Great defense from Lucas today, too. Good student section also in hand. You probably heard their chants there. Cheering on 3 seniors on senior day. Belchick, nice drive. Breaks a scoring drought for Crestline. Griffey, no look to the corner. Brenner there with the rebound. That one misses. And then lost by Griffey as she tried for another rebound. Griffey's been all over the glass. Three and a half minutes left here in the first half of action. Lady Cubs lead 24-9. Hill cross-court pass. Great up fake by Kelly. Steps in. Mid-range jumper, no. Tapped out by Morgan. It'll stay here. Hill scans the floor, goes back to Kelly. Kelly sees a lane, takes it, draws a foul. A great opportunity to make one, just couldn't get it to go, but still going to be at the line here. So Kylie Kelly in and out with the first. Kelly just a junior, one of 5 juniors on the roster for Crestline. As she splits the pair, it is 24-10. So far, this pace and the scoring pattern favors Lucas as Arnold can't get that shot in. As we talked about it in the pregame show, Brenner off with the floater. Lady Cubs are 3-0 when holding their opponent under 35 points. For the Bulldogs, you got to find some points pretty quick. Try to keep that trend from happening at the final of this one. Kelly kicks it over. Wide open look for Hill off to the left. Rebound Walter, but she lost it. She saw the double coming, just couldn't do anything to keep it with her. Nice inbounds play just to get open. Kelly causes a defender to stumble. Her dump off is missed by Belchick. And Arnold gets a nice rebound. Great cheers from her teammates on the bench. Griffey has it poked out by Noblit. Two minutes to go in the second. Right wing, back to the corner. Arnold lobs it in. Brenner steps to the left. Better look than what she had earlier. Bulldogs head up the floor. They had the advantage in numbers. Hill just not able to find her three today. Ball steered over the top. Brown back in the game and back at it inside. She has absorbed the contact like a sponge today. I believe that's her second and maybe even third of the game. So Emma Brown will miss off to the right, didn't hit the rim, so we will reset on the baseline. (26-10). Crestline in dire need of some offense. Hill's fouled on her dribble drive to the left. Crestline coming in today with a 6-game losing streak. Lucas on the other side of things, they've lost their last 3, so one of these streaks has to give today. Crestline gets open for 3. Off the glass, no. Ooh, big putback that misses everything. And the student section gonna let her know about it. Good stint by Brown. She'll get checked out by the trainer with 1:20 left. Green dribbles in. Noblit on her. Nice pass. Snuck in. Walter and one again. It's been the story of the day. Great passing from the Lady Cubs on that possession. It makes it a 18-point game. So Shiloh Walter continues her solid day. This free throw misses, but look who's there for the rebound. Lucas. Strassel can't get the putback. Silverwood in transition. No looks to shoot. Barry gives it to Noblit with under a minute left here in quarter number 2. Takes a screen, drives to her left. She is fouled, I believe by Walter. And yep, so they'll pick that up on her. Fourth foul for Lucas, so one more foul and they'll be in the bonus. Silverwood picks up her dribble, has to go back to Hill. Hill rises in, shot no good. Foul, it's a blocking foul on Strassel. And this is exactly what I think Addison Hill needed today, just to go to the line, try to find her rhythm here. It's been a rough go from the field for Crestline today. And Hill cannot break that here at the line, at least with her first. Up some subs coming in. Actually just one. Faith Singer. Oh, nope, they do have 2 subs, so this now will be Isabella Siefchek. Second shot off the glass. Hill called it out right away. And the ball still was fought for, and now it's a foul, and Lucas is in the bonus, so we're headed the other way to shoot 2. And Riley seems happy about it. She'll get a chance to trot over to the line. Riley's first high arcing free throw misses. 34.6 on the clock here in quarter number 2. Second shot is in. 29-10. They just need one more bucket and they would score more points than they scored in the first meeting entirely against Crestline. It was a blocked shot. Numbers the other side. Trumpauer holds it up though. Trumpauer dribbles through 3. Misses the floater. Sefchek the rebound. Lobs it out Noblit. And now Crestline's got numbers. Here goes Hill. Easy layup. 5 seconds. Riley looks up at the scoreboard. Dishes it off. And for 3. Basically gave Green an impossible scenario there to throw one up at the end of the half. But the damage done. Lucas 29, Crestline 12. We'll take a break, come back with your halftime numbers here on the OH Report, live and free from Lucas. It's the Cub Cave Senior Day on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Okay, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
Time to take a second and thank your sponsors bringing you tonight's or this afternoon's live and free coverage here on the OH Report, Pioneer Career and Technology Center, preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. Ohio Valley Manufacturing, heavy gauge stamping and precision blanking services. Hiring now at Ohio Valley Manufacturing. Pinhook Meats, custom beef and hog processing located in Lucas, Ohio. Sandwiches, jerky, and bologna made daily. Central Star Home Health, when you wish upon a star, care will come to where you are. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent and community bank. And Scout Construction LLC, with more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information at 419-989-7240. Score at the half is 29-12 in favor of Lucas. We'll step aside. Second half action coming up next here on the OH Report. It's time for your halftime show presented to you by Pioneer Career and Technology Center. We'll keep it quick. Lucas about ready to get going again here for the third quarter. They lead at 29-12 over Crestline, and it was a great performance for them, especially early on in this one. They were able to break out a 16-0 run that helped them take a big lead that now has them up by 17. But they won the first quarter 16-5. Second quarter they won 13-7. So Crestline on their side of things, a lot of missed shots and a lot of turnovers. So if they can at least get one of those two things fixed up there in that halftime huddle, we could see a very competitive and interesting second half here to see if we maybe have a fun finish on our hands. So 29-12, and Lucas will start with the basketball here. Senior day here at the Cup Cave. All three seniors on the floor to start out this third quarter. Number 13, Morgan Trumpauer. Number 35 has the ball, Katie Griffey. And a nice offensive play to get things started, and if that's a telltale sign of things to come, Cubs may get out of here and break that 3-game losing streak. But also the other senior on the floor is number 14, Allison Arnold. Silverwood able to get it out. Belchick, full head of steam, too hard off the glass. Arnold gets it away to Morgan, crosses the floor. Griffey thought about the 3, now dances on the baseline. Tough take. No good, but Riley there for the rebound and a tie-up. We're headed the other way. A lot of fun activities, some fun decorations today here at the Cub Cave. You could see as we move down the floor, the handles and the aisles of the rafters, they've got balloons on them. In fact, Adam Thompson, our camera operator, has taken a balloon and added it to our camera. We're getting into the festivities today as well. It's been a fun day here from the Cub Cave so far. All into the block and a takeaway. As Riley continues to stack up those steals just like she has all season long. She averages just about 6 a game. Offhand, I can remember about 3 that she's had today. However, she turns this one over. And then right back the other way as Crestline travels again. Griffey finds Shiloh on a back door, who can't make the layup though, and Silverwood has the rebound. And then a whistle and another jump ball. Great job by Allison Arnold, getting busy inside. Ball sneaks in, Griffey takes a dribble, rises and lays it in off glass. Nicely done. Katie Griffey probably looking like your favorite to come out of here as your MVP. Lead dwells to 21, biggest lead of the day for the Lady Cubs. Noblit cut off, it'll be a foul called on Riley.
Foul number 2, Riley Trumpauer, her second.
So far, a frustrating day on the offensive side for the Lady Bulldogs. They got a 4-stack here out of the inbound. See what coach decided to draw up. As Silverwood, nice reverse. Just had to recalibrate, figure out where she was on the floor. Ultimately did, and got herself a bucket. Griffey had plenty of time to line that one up, couldn't get it to go. Riley the rebound, and now taken in by Hill in stride. Hill bounce pass short. There's another steal for Riley Trumpauer. Trumpauer spins inside. Ball deflects right over to Lucas. Oh, and then Arnold takes one to the face. And Crestline survives. Ball kicked to the corner. Silverwood way off on the 3. And Griffey, 1 on 3. She'll go to the basket anyways and score it. Or no, offensive foul. They're going to book her for the offensive foul. So she went right at Kylie Kelly, and just the extension of the shoulder, I guess, is going to book her for the foul. Near side, Hill falls to the floor, able to get it away to a teammate. Noblit in the corner. Drives past one. Great hands-up defense from Griffey. After the offensive foul on the other end, she gets a block. Griffey can't split the double, but she is fouled. Great game here from Katie today. Lucas a little late getting started with the out-of-bounds play. Brown's back in the game. Ooh, big collision at the free throw line. Later whistle. But Sweet is indeed fouled, so that's going to be, is it the team third or second? Looks like it's the second foul in the quarter for Crestline. 4-low look. They'll find Brown in the corner. High three, no good. Tracked down by Trumpauer. Trumpauer passes it back, or gets it back, I should say. Misses the runner. Belchick holds onto it herself, throws it away. Riley in the middle. A lot of contact, no whistle either way. Ball swings back around for three, short, saved in bounds. And a foul inside on Belchick. Let's take a look at this play again. Good effort by Green to save it. And then there was a whistle of some sort. It'll be the third foul on Crestline. Back to the inbounder, and from behind, Grace Green fouled, headed to the line. Just about to reach the halfway mark here in the third quarter. It's been a very successful third for these Lucas Lady Cubs. However, cannot score there on the free throw. They're winning the quarter 4-2, but I mean, if you're the biggest concern probably at this point with a lead like this is how long are you holding it? Is it dwindling at all? And the answer to the first question is yes. Second question is no. So those are both great answers, as it's a 20-point game. 4 minutes of time have ticked off the clock, and the lead just keeps on growing for the Cubs. Griffey's pass deflected out. Ooh, off the side of the backboard on that shot. Noblit in transition, stripped, and out of bounds off of Lucas. And the coach for Crestline hands overhead. Spin move by Hill, steps in for the midi. Long rebound taken in by Green, but taken away, and she took a big fall. Oh, and another big fall on the other side, and a nice leak out on the outlet. A good recovery by Noblit to knock it out. Take a look at that whole sequence again. Oh, just got kicked in the back of the head there, did Grace Green. And then Brown on the rebound throws a Bulldog aside. Griffey through two. Nicely done. Great day for Griffey, your MVP candidate to this point. However, Brown giving her a run for her money. Brown leads it up. Strassel may have lost it. Yep, she stepped out before she could save it. Dribbled it off the foot. Hill takes the screen. Ooh, there's an open look inside. They finally get to it. A little late to score the basket, but they will earn a foul. So Faith Singer will head to the line. Team third on Lucas, so still not in the bonus yet, Crestline, but they will take some shots here. First one drops. Crestline bench excited there for Faith, the freshman, one of 3 freshmen on the varsity roster. The second freshman to get some PT today, playing time that is. And she goes 2 for 2. Lead back down to 20. Extra pass to the corner. Brown lobs it in. Trump power. Evades a defender. Back out right wing. Griffey looking to knock down to 3. Katie Griffey, have a day. Noblit speeds to the left, out to Hill. That's a 3. That's the first one of the day for Crestline to go. And when Brown dances through, she earns a foul. Cubs are in the bonus. So as Brown shoots these free throws, shout out to the Lucas student section to our left. It's Jersey Day. A lot of Browns jerseys over there. And it's not just Jersey Day. It looks like most of them decided to go with a blackout Jersey Day. A couple Browns jerseys. They've also got rest in peace to Darius Garland, at least as a Cleveland Cavalier. Saw someone wearing a Garland jersey as a tribute. Both free throws missed there for Brown at the line. Noblit paces, and she's met by Brenner. The "You Got Swatted" chant has been used plenty today. Lucas doing a great job altering shots. Ooh, nearly taken away. Brown was just inches away from going the other way with a 1-on-0. Ball sneaks around. Long 3 missed by Barry. Minute and a half to go in the third. Jump hour, crosses over, kick out. Griffey triggers up another. Are you kidding me today, Katie Griffey? Oh, and miscommunication. Ball dove on the floor. Brown comes up with it. Coach Grover gets a timeout. Great heads up by Coach Grover. You're going to see this the best angle you possibly could have. Take a look at the hustle, and you can clearly see Lucas has the ball, and Grover gets the timeout out. But a great day for Katie, as it's now 42-19. Minute 11 left in the third. Coach Grover chatting it up with her team, leading this quarter 13-7. Says, let's go for the kill right now. Another 5-0 run, and this is probably over. It has been all Lucas, as a win today would put them in even 3-3 in the MBC. Be a good way to bow out of the league. And Griffey's fouled, so she's going to head to the line and look to add to her day. Some new action for some new players. Lily Mills is the third and final freshman to make her way onto the floor, wearing number 3 in black. First shot goes in for Griffey. And then Katie lines up the second, goes 2 for 2. Her shot has looked fantastic today. Mills in and out move, steps it back, trapped and fouled. Fortunately though for Lucas, it's just the 4th team foul, so not going to the line just yet. But got to be a little bit more careful here now. Next foul will send Crestline to the free throw line. Mills trapped, Griffey there. It's a jump ball, staying here. It's a 25-point game. High toss over the top, taken in by Barry. Pressure picks up from the Lady Cubs. Mills, first shot off the bench. It drops. Great job from Lily Mills. Griffey, heat check off to the left. Arnold the rebound, but she turns it over. 35 seconds left. Here goes Noblit. Noblit down the floor, poked out. Good hands by Griffey. And a timeout out of the Bulldogs. So as the score holds, if it holds, odds are, as this is a full timeout, odds are we're going to see Lucas snap a 3-game losing streak, and also Crestline will drop their 7th straight game in the final MBC game of the year and the final MBC game for Lucas before they head over to the Northern 10 next season. Northern 10 is going to be an exciting transition for these Lucas Cubs because a lot of smaller schools, very similar to what they've got in the MBC, but also you add the football aspect. Most of the schools in the MBC did not have football teams. Like you think of Mansfield Christian, Central Christian, even Crestline for a little bit struggled with numbers to get a football team out there. But Lucas now heading into a league that will accommodate their football team, despite just being one of the smaller schools that we have and that we cover here in the OH.REPORT. They still field a really solid football team every single year. It's just kind of been engraved into them. So going into a N10 league that will really test them will be great for the program. Silverwood off the inbound, can't get the shot in. And the ball deflected out, last off of Crestline. So with 27 seconds left, we may see time tick off here for a final possession with Lucas. They were checking on a player on the floor that took a bump. It was Silverwood. They thought she was bleeding. Nope, she's good to go. Maybe inside, like the inner lip, but nothing coming out, so no need to wipe the floor. 20 seconds left. Arnold evading 2. Gets it away to Walter. Enters inside. Extra pass. It was a nice one, but first there was a travel as Sweet shuffled the feet. But the passing from Lucas today, you see it there. It's been great all night long. 7 seconds left. 3 seconds. Now gets it off Silverwood. I don't think saw the clock. Didn't get it off in time. And that will end the third quarter. Money time coming up next, but the bank may be dry as Lucas leads it by 23.
T-shirts. Anybody want T-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Money time here in the OH report. Lucas student section showing out as Lucas leads it by 23 with 8 minutes back up on the clock. Oh, they didn't have 8 minutes on the clock. They had 1 minute. But senior day wrapping up here for Lucas as they look to roll to a win. Brown, nobody picks her up. She goes all the way. Leaves the layup short, though. So we apologize earlier on in the day. In the broadcast, of course, we did not make it in time to get up senior night stuff. But we wanted to go ahead and take the script they had and just read it off to talk about these three seniors. You got a foul on the floor. That'll go on Trumpauer. But three seniors for Lucas today were honored this afternoon. Allison Arnold, number 14. You've seen her out there quite a bit today. Also, Katie Griffey. And then the third senior, Morgan Trumpauer, as Noblit gets one to go. Second three of the day for Crestline comes from Jocelyn Noblit. Backdoor cut, Riley. Another layup short. Hill on the break. Hands up defense by Brown, lobbed over the top, and here goes Trumpauer again. Another missed layup. And another outlet. This could turn into a track meet here in the fourth. Ball kicked by Brown. But Griffey has gotten all the praise today. She's been great on the offensive side of the ball. But Arnold, been a part of the basketball team for 4 years. Also 2 letters in track for Lucas. And then on the other side, Morgan Trumpauer, 4-year basketball player, 2-year letter winner. Big collision on the far side, and Lucas breaks out for a layup. The freshman, Olivia Strassel. But back to Morgan. Also has varsity letters in volleyball and track and field. So congratulations again to all three of those seniors for Lucas. You've got Allison Arnold, Katie Griffey, and Morgan Trumpauer. Another collision. So Hill took a tumble as she tripped over Sweet. And Sweet is still down, so they're going to take care of her here. So we take an injury timeout. So the score, 46-24. Injury timeout. We'll step aside and come back here on the OH report. Actually, it looks like we're good to go. So they were already get her off. Yeah. So she'll just be off to the side. Very slim margins here at the very close to the floor still, but the trainer there taking care of her. Silverwood trapped. She's fouled. That'll be the second foul on Lucas. Be an interesting spot here for the inbound. Crestline calls the stack, ends up back in the hands of Silverwood. Dribbles it towards the middle, has a lane, lost it on the way up, but it will be 2 shots. So a foul earns Silverwood a trip back to the free throw line. First shot drops. As does the second. Good shooting at the stripe here late. Trump Power up the floor. The sophomore dribbles into a crowd, turns it over. Silverwood another steal. She has taken over the fourth. As she gets through two, but her shot blocked. Trump Power there. Riley gets the deflection. Brown kicks to the corner. Strassel for three. Off to the left. And the ball bounces off a Lucas Cub back. Far side, Silverwood thought about the three. Double comes, finds a cutting Hill. And a lot of clock stoppages here early on in this fourth quarter as 4 fouls have already gone up against Lucas. And this is the ideal way if you're Crestline to get back in the game is to score with the clock stopped. And you've had numerous opportunities. They've knocked down their last 2 free throws, so here they are again trying to add more points to the board. Hill, however, cannot connect. Shiloh Walter returns. Second shot off the back iron, but Hill gets her own rebound. Hill drops it back, thrown nearly away. Silverwood gets it before a backcourt violation. Belchick back to Hill. Post entry. 3 Cubs there. And Noblit keeps the ball swinging. Great possession here. Hill, top of the key. Misses everything though, out of bounds. And a good looking possession up until the shot. Student section still staying active here on senior day. Give and go, Griffey back to Riley. And we got a whistle. First foul of the quarter on Crestline coming in. That'll be picked up on Hill. Morgan Trumpauer will inbound. All 3 seniors back on the floor for Lucas. Walter catches the lob over the top. Ooh, Riley just able to get the basketball back, and she wins a lane. Banks it home. 48-26 after that score from Riley Trumpauer. Crestline ball batted out. Far side corner. Time, precious time, ticking off. Noblit stops, pops for 3. Trumpauer misses, sees a open Griffey down the floor. Griffey thought she was fouled. Can't make the layup. Silverwood takes a long way around Griffey. Across the timeline, and the C splits to the basket. Halfway through the fourth quarter now, 48-28. Morgan pass batted out last off of Trumpauer. Kelly lost her dribble, and it's batted away. However, Shiloh can't get the steal, and Kelly recovers back in bounds. And then after the fact, a little bit of collision, and they're still going to give the ball here to Lucas. Or no, they called the foul. One official called it Lucas ball, the other called the whistle. And that is going to be the bonus now for Crestline. So 2 shots for Kylie Kelly. Gets the first. Morgan Trumpauer gets an ovation as she heads to the bench. Coach Grover must have told the scorer's table that it's time to start taking out the seniors, so Morgan's first to go. As the second one misses, batted out, last off Lucas. Riley can't haul it in. And now a timeout. So the ovations have started for Lucas, but it seems like Crestline believes there's still something in this, as we've got a full timeout. So as Morgan got taken out of the game, I'll share what was shared about her before this game started on her senior night. Final senior that was introduced that afternoon was Morgan, and she was escorted by her parents, Aaron and Jody Trumpauer, and her sister, of course, Riley, also playing on the floor today. Morgan's played basketball for 4 years, will be a 2-year varsity letter winner in basketball, also lettered in volleyball and track and field. And then off the court, she's a member of 4-H, an Ohio Scholar, and she's a class officer. And she plans to head to North Central State College to get her bachelor's degree in nursing to become a maternity nurse. Did you hear that, NCSC? And then also her favorite memory was coming back to basketball this season to play with her younger sister Riley, and then playing for Coaches Grover and Coach Kyle Deck as well. So shout out to Morgan as she is seemingly done for the day. 5-second violation out of the timeout. And the student section, much like the Lucas bench, starting to sense this one's over. Griffey, deep 3, top of the key. The cherry on top for Katie Griffey. Nice pass in there to Hill. And she will get to the line. Addison Hill still active in this game. She's been very persistent searching for her shot today. First shot misses. Hill misses the first. Here comes the second. I think we just heard Griffey come over and talk to Coach Grover. She said, at this point, I might just throw up a half-court shot. We'll see what happens. We would love to see that. Ball thrown away. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Seems like it's about to go right now. Griffey will bring the ball up the floor. Swings it up to Shiloh. Tried to steal the spotlight. Misses in the corner. Noblit numbers for Crestline. They move it up, and there's a nice look for Belchick. Riley turns it over. Good steal by Silverwood. Silverwood, bounce pass to the far side. Back inside, nice pass right back to Anne-Marie Silverwood. 18-point game, 2 minutes to go. Riley trapped, gets it away. Griffey on the elbow. She was looking for Arnold. I think they want to try to get her some shots here late in this one. Well, it seems like they won't get her that shot today. She's going to check out. Allison Arnold gets a hug from her coach. Job well done here, helping this team lead by 18 with 1:41 left. Mass substitutions outside of Griffey. Griffey steps to the left, no room to shoot, swings it to Walter, and then Hill ties it up with her. Arrow towards Crestline. And now that'll do it. Great day for Katie Griffey. She'll be your MVP in this one. Knocked down a barrage of three-pointers. We'll get her final total before we talk to her. But a great day on the offensive side of the ball. Hill lost her dribble, tried to sneak one in to the post. Long pass thrown away. And with 1:14 left, the Lady Cubs are going to cruise to their first victory in 4 games. As here goes Brenner. Misses on short on the shot. Shiloh, rebound. Ball tapped out last off Lucas. So this will make Lucas 9-11 on the season. 3-3 in the MBC in their final go-around in the Mid-Buckeye Conference. Also, speaking of the Mid-Buckeye Conference, also had a game between Mansfield Christian and Central Christian earlier on the OH Report. And it was an overtime win for Mansfield Christian. They won it 57-53 over the Lady Comets. Under a minute left. Good steal. Brown scoops it up. She's got leeway to the basket, and she'll get it to go. Another and one for Emma Brown. Junior has had a great game today. Gives a little grin over to coach. And it's not just been about getting the and ones, it's been about converting them. That was the first one she was not able to convert. Brenner's putback doesn't go. And this ball lofted over the top. Just cannot find Hill. It's deflected, and now it's going to be called a foul. So free throws coming for the Bulldogs again. It looks like they'll give Faith Singer the free throws. First shot misses short for the freshman. And with 30.6 seconds left, we'll see what Lucas decides to do here when they bring the ball back up the floor. 1 for 2 at the line. Walter just looking to get it across the timeline. Was deflected, and now a travel. Sefcik called for the ball and then had her shot blocked. And Walter likely going to bring this out. Top of the key, nearly banked in by Brenner. Shiloh steps back in, gets the board, and scores it. Likely the final points of this one as the Cubs put up 55 on the Lady Bulldogs. Buzzer sounds, that'll do it. It's a successful senior day for Lucas. They win it 55-34. We'll step aside. Katie Griffey, your MVP. She'll talk to us here on the OH Report.
am Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Brody, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Okay, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story. And those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule. And it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It's time for your Central Star Home Health MVP today, and on Senior Day, it's only right that a senior took over the show. 19 points for Katie Griffey today. Congratulations to you, and talk about redemption. You guys fell to Crestline earlier on in the year, and you get a big win against them today. How did that feel?
Yeah, we talked about we didn't want to come in here like sulking, feeling sorry for ourselves. Because we had a tough week this week with Centerburg and East Knox. And so we just want to come in with like an energy and just put defensive pressure on them so we could go and get those easy buckets.
Well, you came in knocking down a ton of shots. So what was going right for you just shooting the ball today?
Our coach Jamie says if it doesn't fall at first, just keep shooting because they'll eventually go. So the first quarter, I wasn't hitting anything. And then the second half, it just kind of ball went in my hands right, and when it went up, I knew it was good.
Oh, you led the way with 19 points. Congrats on that. And then just talk about brag on your other seniors because they both have been special here just for this team that you've had. And what does it mean to go out with them here today?
It means a lot. We both all started as freshmen, came through. Allison's played with me all 4 years. I'm so happy Morgan came back out because she's just another spark and fire on our team. And Allison's just like a joy to be around. And I just enjoy having her with me all the time.
And then tomorrow you're going to figure out where you're going to be going for the postseason. I know that there's some excitement with that, but there's also preparation that will be taking place. What is it going to be like with Coach Grover and what you guys are going to be able to do to get ready for playoffs?
We're just going to get after it in practice, turn up the intensity, get shots up, and then just get ready to go on a run.
All right, Katie, well, congratulations to you. Take a look in that camera. Give any shout-outs you want.
First shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, I wouldn't be able to do anything. And shout out to all my family and my friends who came out, and also for my other seniors.
All right, Katie Griffey, great job today.
Okay, thank you guys.
Wrapping up with your post-game show presented to you by Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Jonathan Langdon here as balloons are popping, wrapping up senior day. A successful day if you're Lucas. You win 55-34 over your rival Crestline, and it was a balanced performance that helped get it done. 19 points for Katie Griffey. She was your MVP. Joined us upstairs, hit 3 threes in this game, and then 10 points for Emma Brown, a lot of which came off of and ones. So she was second in scoring for Lucas, and then you had 9 each, or I guess just 9 from Shiloh Walter today. Riley Trumpauer, typically the leading scorer, scored just 7 today. 2 for Olivia Strassel, and then 5 for Morgan Trumpauer, and then 3 points on an and 1 from Grace Green in this contest. So that's the scoring for Lucas, and then for Crestline in a losing effort today, 12 points they saw from Silverwood, and then 4 points for Belchick, 3 points for Songer, 2 points for Kelly, 2 points also for Mills, 4 points from the player spotlight, Jocelyn Noblit, and then Hill finished off with 7 points. So those are your numbers. And then here's your quarter-by-quarter scoring. Great job there by Crestline just to weather the storm there in the second half. They won the fourth, 13-11, but just still wasn't enough to make up for a 16-5 first quarter that ultimately did them in here this afternoon. Giving you a look at the rest of what's coming up here for girls basketball. Of course, very early in the day. We've still got more Saturday action to come, so make sure to stay tuned on the OH Report. 8 games up tonight on our platforms, and then, of course, next week we'll also have some more great games. I will be at the one on the bottom of your screen at Buckeye Valley on Monday night. They will play Columbus Academy. Very, very good teams, both of them. Both one-loss teams. One of them's got to give on Monday night. That one is going to be exciting. And then on the boys' side of things, shout out to Plymouth. Welcome to the OH Report. They will be playing later tonight against Crestview, our very first ever broadcast from Plymouth High School. That will be exciting to see, and that is going to be at 7:30 tonight. That'll do it for us tonight. Shout out to the Lucas Lady Cubs. They win it 55-34. And signing off with Jonathan Langdon here alongside Adam Thompson, your camera operator. We will sign out and give way for the rest of the games to come here tonight as Saturday is flooded with content right here on the OH Report.